Materialists rationalizing their BS. So check this article out, and this is not a new article. This came out way back in December 2013, but I saw it making the rounds again. And it's kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time reading this kind of stuff, because basically, as I talked about a couple of videos back, discussing the just completely undismissible evidence of non-materialist physics, when you see things written by the mainstream, by the system, by the machine, attempting to kind of throw a bone to the non-material research just a little tiny bit while promoting this materialist, physicalist, kind of hardcore atheist philosophy of non-existence. There is no soul, there is no astral body, all the stuff that people experience, see, and scientifically validate, which, by the way, you can go to afterlifetopics.com/destroying debunkers for a complete list of scientific research to destroy the arguments that there is no evidence of what I talk about. So it's a bit sad to see these types of things, but this is kind of the thing that we have to be aware of, and because the agenda that the materialist physicalists have is to kind of lure people in a little bit by saying, using terms like energy, or you have some of them are promoting now like transcendental meditation and talking about the benefits of spirituality, just without any of the actual literal topics that goes with it. And this is a perfect example of that. Again, it's an older article, but basically what this article by James Trosper is arguing is that you die and then you cease to exist, but the 20 watts of energy in your body disperses back into the universe and becomes a changed state, and you will become a new part of the universe. So it's essentially opening the door to a philosophy very similar to when atheists say, when I die, I will become a tree. I think Dane Cook had a great skit about that when he said, oh yeah, well, guess what? I'm going to take an axe, cut down that tree, make paper, and print a Bible. But this is sort of the philosophy that these guys have, which is there is no life after death, but at least we can say your energy goes back into the universe, and you can power a light bulb someday, or your body decomposes and becomes a tree. So this is the afterlife for these guys. Never mind the fact that, I'm just gonna again bring it up because this is just a good resource to know about. /destroying. Let's check back to afterlifetopics.com. Let's see if my webpage loads. Here we go. So this is well over 100 scientific studies to debunk the article we just looked at, saying that consciousness has no special properties, and after we die we become light bulbs. We have healing at a distance, physiological correlations at a distance, telepathy, and ESP. And general overviews and critiques, survival of consciousness experiments, precognition and presentiment, greater non-materialist theory, mind-matter interaction studies, potential applications, tons of books from the conscious universe to entangled minds, extrasensory experiences. We have the near-death experience books, Proof of Heaven by Eben Alexander, the neurosurgeon who had a near-death experience. I like this book, Science and Psychic Phenomena, The Fall of the House of Skeptics by Russell Targ in 2012. Plenty of websites. This list was originally compiled by Spirit Science a long time ago, disappeared off that website, archived by Stillness in the Storm, and I am reprinting it on afterlifetopics.com. The point is that this endless amount of research debunks this kind of crap. When people say that you die, you become a tree, you die, you become a light bulb. But the sad thing is that people just, this makes up the materialist belief system, and I think anybody who subscribes to this, like, they know in the back of their mind that something's not right. They know that this is just a very nasty, grim, depressing way of looking at the universe. But they just have to learn to accept it. And they struggle really hard to make sure that this is what they believe in, this is what they accept, and that anybody who thinks otherwise is, some kind of a, as I like to use the term, woo peddler. But it's, in my opinion, that whole way of thinking is socially engineered. So, really, the real science is non-material science, and this has been suppressed from us. So it's been suppressed from us for a long time, and on the higher echelons of government, where they hire remote viewers to gather information and it's completely accepted and everybody knows about it, they know about this stuff, but they don't want the general public to know about this stuff because they want to hoard the information, they want to hoard the technology, they don't want to give anybody else a competitive advantage, and they also want to have exclusive access to the benefits, sometimes potentially astronomical benefits, of the real science. And then they force feed the masses this physicalist stuff, which has indoctrinated a good chunk of the population. 7 billion people on the planet. It's probably about 1 billion people at least who are pretty adamant supporters of the status quo and mainstream physics and stuff like that. How did I arrive at like 1 billion? 1 in 7? Because Eastern cultures are a lot more open to this kind of stuff than like Western cultures. So that rules out a lot of people in the other half of the world. And when you look at statistics, like people talking about like life after death, it usually hovers at like 70-80%. So like most people get it. Most people are not this, dyed-in-the-wool skeptics. But it's a big chunk of the population still. And articles like this keep that system going. So it's not just about differences in philosophy, it's about a bigger system in place that was ultimately socially engineered, and it's extremely destructive, and it's part of a greater system that is holding humanity back. So chew on that one. Well, this is Cyrus. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe to the video. You can go down and click the red button. I need the subscribes to keep this whole operation going. And you can also get involved. I have books like Understanding Life After Death, The Afterlife, and Beyond. I have classes twice a week. All that is in the YouTube description. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll talk to you guys next time.